So we're going to try doing some video notes today, and we're going to be starting with number 13 in your notes. And this is going to be on powers and exponents. Okay, so we need to write the objective, which you should have written from your Canvas unit. And after the objective, then we are going to start taking our notes. So when you're going to look at powers and exponents, we're going to have an x, and then in the upper right hand corner we're going to have a number like this. Okay, this here is called the exponent, and it also might be referred to as a power. This is probably something you already know, but I want to make sure you remember. And the letter here, this is called the base. So when I refer to the base, this is base x raised to the fourth power, or the exponent is 4. And that's how you might identify those when I'm talking about them. Okay, so we know that if we had 2 to the 2 power, that is 2 times itself twice. So that would be 2 times 2. If we have 2 to the 5th power, that is going to be 2 multiplied by itself 5 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. In this case, 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. Okay, so that's kind of what we're talking about with our bases there. Okay, so there's another really important one we want to talk about. It's called the 0 power. And as anything raised to a 0 exponent has a special magical power. If we have any x and it's raised to the 0 power, it's going to be equal to 1. So any non-zero number raised to the 0 power is 1. And I'm going to show you some examples. So number 1, if I have 7 to the 0 power, well, that's raised to the 0 power. Obviously, it's going to be 1. Or if I have 26 to the 0 power, oh, that's going to be, you guessed it, 1. Or if I have negative 256 to the 0 power, it is going to equal, yep, 1. Okay, that's pretty easy. What about 4 to the times 5 to the 2nd power? Well, that's 5 squared, so we know that's going to be 5 times 5, which is equal to 25. Or let's try 6 to the 3rd power. Well, that is just 6 times 6 times 6, which is equal to 216. Okay, let's talk about some others that are a little more complex. What about negative numbers? Here I have the 6th one, and I'm going to say I have negative 4 to the 3rd power. Okay, we're going to go like this to make sure we can include that negative 4 in there. That is going to equal negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. So negative 4 times 4 is a positive 16 times a negative 4, and I'm just going to group those to help me remember what we're doing. And then I have a positive times a negative, so that's going to equal another negative and a negative 64. In 7, I'm going to look at, okay, I have negative 2 to the 3rd power. That's going to equal negative 2 times negative 2. Oops, let's do it to the 2nd power, sorry. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. And the last one I just want you to look at, what if I have this and I say I have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. How could we simplify that? Well, we could say that's 3 to the 5th power because there are 3 3's right, or there are 5 3's right here that are multiplied by each other. I want you to be a little careful. I'm going to add one more. You see how here I have the parentheses and the exponent is touching everything inside the parentheses? Sometimes you might just see a negative 2 to the third power, and then that's going to be a negative 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, and then we're going to pull in the negative on the outside. So sometimes you have to be careful. It only applies to it if it's directly touching it. So this one applies to everything inside the exponent because there's parentheses around the whole thing. And this one doesn't have parentheses, so it only applies to this one, and we're going to multiply everything by a negative on the outside. So you might come across those, and you might want to be careful with those. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to do your Canvas homework. If you have any questions or you need more attempts on your quizzes, you need to let me know. Otherwise, have fun with this.